What's up, everybody? It's your boy Levy. Welcome back to Mundo Vision Media, and we're back at it with another interview. Guys, this is a big deal, man. We're building bridges. We're not burning them, bro. West Texas to East Texas. We got my man Easy the Pro and Proverb in the building, bro. What's good, my guys? What's good, man? What's good, man? We're finally making it happen, bro.
Nah, for sure.
Like, I've been chopping it up with the homies, well, mostly Easy the Pro, and on Facebook, you know what I mean, the last. And now we're here face to face in the same building. And that's a beautiful thing, bro. Come together.
Sure, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How y'all feeling? What's good?
Good, bro. Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah,
Real, man.
Good, man. You know, the podcast is doing good. That's why it's a blessing to be here with you. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor. You know, shit's going up, man. So
Appreciate that, for real, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that. For the people here in my area, you already know what I've been doing. I've been doing this for a while. So to hear things like that, that's a big deal to me, man. So I really appreciate the love, man.
Sure.
So same thing, man. Having y'all here, bro. I see you've been doing your thing. You've been rapping your ass off, bro. Like, well, who are you, bro?
Okay, so I go by Proverb on the mic, like the Bible, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a rapper out of Dallas. I'm right outside the outskirts of Dallas, called Carrollton, Texas, you know what I'm saying? I go by the Oscar, baby. And, I'm from out there, and I've been doing music, I tapped in with my brother, we locked in, and, I just been pushing, man, trying to get it out the ground and take off, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm pushing, man, you know what I mean?
Who are you?
I'm Easy the Pro. I'm a CEO and founder of Easily Influenced Productions. I'm a producer, really an executive producer, and that's just really what I'm focused on, and this is my brother, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just my focus is to, push him to the top, you know what I'm saying, and make things happen, you know what I'm saying?
So,
and we just got that vibe, we connect musically, we just really inclined musically, so we just making it happen.
So it's just like the Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre type.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I love that shit, bro. Like me, I'm a hip hop head.
No, for sure.
To the core. So it's very hard for an artist to find their producer, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard, and like a lot of producers just won't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Producers, a lot of them, they're focused on money. They want to take multiple clients.
Yeah.
So for him to really be like teaming up with you and doing this, I think it's a big deal, bro. I think it's a blessing for you.
Real big deal, man. because like you said, a lot of guys are in it for the money and for which is respectable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But my brother, when me and him linked up, it was like he told me the vision. It took me a while to see his vision, and I've told him before it took me a while to see his vision. But once we got it going, bro, the vision just became like it's here. You know what I'm saying? It's here. Like it's something different, bro. You know what I mean? And in the city in Dallas, you haven't seen that a lot in Dallas, so. It's a blessing, I feel blessed that my brother, that he chose me to lock in with, he could have chose anybody else in that. I had just started rapping, but, so we both started this journey together, and now we're here, man.
So I saw that you was locked up for 11 years.
Yeah.
11 years. Well, you look young as fuck. You don't look like you've been locked up for 11 years. They
say
preserved you in there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody say that.
So you got locked up. Did you know Easy before you were locked up?
Nah.
No,
so,
okay, you just met him.
After I got out. Matter of fact, what's crazy is we got out around the same time. I think you got out, December 2020?
I got out December, but I got off the monitor in March 2021.
Yeah. How much time did you do?
I did 10 years, 8 months, so we did about the same amount of
time.
time.
Oh, really?
About the same period and shit. This is
What's
crazy.
crazy is that we met at the parole office. We're going to anger management classes that we're supposed to take for parole. That's where we met at.
That was 4 years ago, bro. 4 years ago.
Yeah. Bro, so y'all spent a decade in prison, bro.
Yes, sir.
That shit's wild as fuck.
Basically all of our 20s.
Yeah.
Early 20s. How does it feel now to be out and to know that y'all did time together? Y'all didn't do time together, but y'all both did it around the same amount of time. And now y'all are working together. So like, it's
amazing.
Is music is what's keeping you away from that lifestyle?
Man, music's been my main inspiration and my main reason to not fuck up and go back to prison. You know what I'm saying? It's what's kept me free. You know what I'm saying? So I love the music, bro. You know what I'm saying? And now the path that it's taken and the way that it's going, it's like, well, I can still remember when I used to sit in the cell and think about this shit, and now I'm seeing it happen. You know what I mean? So it's a blessing, bro. I thank God every day because it could have been worse. You know what I mean? And for the grace of God, it's getting better. You know what I'm saying?
So you decided that you wanted to be an artist while you were in prison.
Yeah, so before I went to prison, I was freestyling in the hood. You know, typical, you know, being with the homies smoking. But maybe 2017, I started writing music. Well, I wrote my first song in 2013. 2017, I rapped for a couple humbles, and they were like, man, you could rap, fool. So I started trying to write more. And that's when I was like, man, when I get on, fuck it, I'm going to try this rap shit. But I think 2019, that's when I really was just like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck it.
Did you mess with music before you went to prison?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing music like since I was like 13.
Oh, really?
I started out rapping. I used to rap. I used to write a lot. You know what I'm saying? Record myself. And I used to get together with the homies in the neighborhood and like we all, you know, try to rap and freestyle. But I was the one recording. I was always like, we'll go to my house. I had an older computer back then. You know, it was like, the big monitor computers, a gateway.
Simon.
I used to record. I had a little cheap mic. We'll just record and like, you know, I was always like, once we recorded, I stayed home and like mixed it, made it sound as good as I could, and we'll just rap over instrumentals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then over time, you know, I just kept like getting real deep into it, like as far as the mixing. And then like when I was like maybe like 16, 17, that's when I started getting into making beats. I always like music, you know, I always listen to music, so I started making beats. I used to sample like, it's crazy because, you know, back then I didn't have like the technology we got now. I used to get drum loops out of a PlayStation game, and then I put them on there, and then I just play. I had a little keyboard, and I just like play with it and add sounds like, and you know, it's just crazy how how back then it took the process was longer to do it. I mean, I wasn't as good as I am now, but I put that effort in. Eventually, as I got older, when I was like probably like 18, that's when I bought my Ableton, and I started really getting more into making beats.
So before, cause you say you worked on music when you started making beats seriously when you're 16, 17. So who taught you all this, bro? Because today we have YouTube, we can teach us.
That's the thing, man. Back then we didn't have you. I taught myself, man.
Damn.
I taught myself, bro. And like I said, I was being musically inclined. Like when I was little, but actually I had an uncle in Mexico. When I used to go to Mexico, he used to be in a band. He was a keyboard player, a keyboardist. So I used to watch him play, and like he'll kind of teach me a few things, and you know, and I don't know, but yeah, I really taught myself a lot. You know, like I really taught myself.
Let's go back to where y'all both did about a decade of time. Me growing up, bro, I grew up around a bad environment, bro. You know what I mean? Like I was selling drugs at a young age, and so this is what I knew. My big brother was doing it. My dad, you know, he was known for it in Mexico, and it was just all my cousins, they were locked up. But fortunately for me, I never went to prison. I smartened up when I had my first kid, and I chilled. You know what I mean? When I was 21 years old.
Yeah.
And but I seen it too much, bro. And I've seen all my homies, bro, prison, bro, fed time. My brother's doing 20 years in the feds right now. My little nephew, his son that I fucking helped raise, bro, he got a 15-piece. And I'm tired of it, bro. I'm sick of this shit, bro. I'm sick of the fucking cycle, bro. Like, all my gente, that's all we fucking known for, you know what I mean? How are we gonna break this cycle?
It's hard, bro. You know, it's hard because I think once you come up wherever you come up in, wherever it is, bro, they're like I guess you could say the world is already inflicting some type of propaganda into you. Oh, you're this, you're that. So more than likely, you probably ain't gonna be able to make it to do something better. You know what I'm saying? Like my family, my parents, they think you gotta work. If you don't work, you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Work. They don't believe in a dream that a motherfucker want to chase. You know what I'm saying? So I think our new generation, bro. I think we got so many opportunities to. You don't have to be in the streets, bro. You can make money sitting in front of a computer. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different opportunities so I think the young community, man, I think we got us as the older people, we got to take the priority of telling them, hey, fool, there's something better than that. You like selling weed? Check it out, bro. Sell shoes. Buy this shoes for this much, flip it over. It's the same thing. You know, you're going to get the same type of money. You know what I mean?
I love that you say that because if you add up the time that you go to jail and spend on fines on drugs, you're losing money, really.
You do, bro.
Shoes, it's illegal. I like that.
You know what I mean? So it's like, man, there's so many ways, bro, for the especially now for the youngsters. Well, maybe it was like that back in the day too, but we didn't see it. But now that we're older, we can see it, and it's like, hey, bro, you got so many opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to break a cycle, bro. You know what I mean? But I feel like if we keep pushing the positive message, it's gonna hit somebody. All we need is one person, bro. And if we change one person, that person can change plenty more. You know what I mean? So
do you feel like coming from the neighborhood that you came from, that now that you made the mistakes and now you're out and you're using music as a way to escape that type of life, do you feel like it's your obligation to try to go back to your hood and bring these kids?
Of course, yeah.
Those opportunities that you're talking about.
Yeah, of course, man. You know what I'm saying? I've had youngsters tell me like, bro, like that know me from when they was kids and I was still coming up. They were like, bro, I can't believe you're out here rapping. Like I can't believe you're doing this. So when I hear that, it makes me believe that they think, man, I can do anything. If this motherfucker just got out that I ain't seen in 10 years, I can do anything. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Do y'all have kids?
Nah.
Both of y'all don't have kids?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all was knocked over y'all 20.
Yeah,
So
because I went there when I was 18. I think bro was 21.
yeah, okay. Yeah. So damn, okay, that's cool. Y'all are worried about working in music right now, and that's the most important. You know what I mean? That's cool. I respect that. You know, a lot of people, a lot of youngins, like I had a kids young, and I was 21 when I had my first child. And I wasn't financially ready for that. You know what I mean? And it was hard for our first few years. So I respect somebody trying to work on their finances and their dreams before they have kids.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Because
you have to have that shit ready for the kids.
You know, I be having a lot of people be like, I'm pretty sure bro be having the same thing. Be like, man, when you gonna have kids? Well, but it'd be like, damn, you know, we missed out on a lot. You know what I'm saying? We missed out on those years where you find out who you're gonna become, or you start working into becoming a man. You know what I'm saying? We got thrown in here from when we was kids to now being in the world, and so having a kid right now would be the most detrimental thing to my life. You know what I mean? Because I'm not ready for that. Sometimes I feel like I'm still a kid. You know what I'm saying? So
that's real responsible on your part.
Yeah, for sure.
It really is, because I feel like I could have had, even though my kids are good now. You know, I've been working hard. Me and my wife, we both work, bring two incomes in, and our kids are straight. But still, the first few years were hard on me and my girl. You know what I mean? Because we just didn't have the bread.
You was a kid having a kid, bro.
Kid having a kid.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you don't know what to do with my kid. I think, you know, it's like I can only imagine.
What did you learn from the time that you spent in prison? What did you learn from that?
I mean, it really changed me a lot. You know. Like it changed my way of thinking. You know, back then I really, you know, I didn't really think things through. I just did it. You know what I mean? Like I never thought twice about doing something. I just did it, and it just taught me more humility and like, I read a lot in there, so I learned a lot, like, you know, about myself and history, and like I really found myself in there. Like the business, everything that I'm doing now. It originated when I was in the cell. I thought all this stuff out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just bringing it to life, manifesting it.
I've seen, like I said, I've had lots of people go in and out of prison, and I've seen friends of mine who got out of prison and they had all these dreams, you know what I mean? And it was easy for them to get lost in the sauce, you know what I mean? They went back to their old ways really fast. So is music that what's keeping y'all, or is there other stuff? What other reasons why are you not going back to that life?
Yeah, really the music.
Yeah.
You know, because we this is all we do. You know, we came out here to do music. We over here with you because of music. Like everything we doing is related to that. A lot of, you know, we invest a lot into time and money into the music. So
you and Proverb, y'all are a team now. Why do you believe in him so much?
Man, I believe. I mean, he's talented. First of all, he's very charismatic. You know what I'm saying? He walks in the room and he just attracts the energy. Like he's a walking magnet. You know what I mean? And a lot of people fuck with him, and he just got the charisma. You know, he got the personality for it. It kind of reminds me of Biggie or like Big Pun, and he's just talented. He's talented. That's
very good, bro. Because he'll rap his ass off. He can be loud, and I've seen him get lyrical like Big Pun and shit. That's a pretty cool comparison and shit. Big Pun is one of my goats,
Nah,
bro.
for sure.
You know what I mean? Do you feel like that's a good assessment?
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like, bro's been like, I remember like how we said we met at that class, right? And I had just probably recorded. It was my third song recorded, and I had shot a music video. So I'm excited. I'm showing it to everybody. So the homie seen it, and as soon as he seen the video, he was like, "Oh yeah, we finna fuck around." You know what I'm saying? And I like, bet. Maybe the next night we went and go do a song at his crib. You know what I'm saying? Like the next night. So, you know, since that day, bro ain't like, you know, I went on. Bro kept telling me, "Look, I'm trying to find my sound, bro." You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand it at first, you know, because I was like, bro, just, you know, like, there's a bunch of YouTube beats, make some beats like that. But I now I get it. I'm like, bro was trying to make, you know, he's trying to make his own stamp in this game, you know. And that's why I feel so honored to be the person that he's like, man, you know what I'm saying? You're the one that's going to help me do this, you know what I'm saying? So it's like he said, it's like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, bro.
Let's
you know
go,
what I'm saying? It feels just like that, man. So it's like, shit, that's my brother, man. I love this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, I love this nigga. So he pushed me, man. You know, he pushed me when I feel like I've been through some shit, and he's been through some shit, and we've always been right there just to, push each other, bro.
Uplift each other.
So it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing being with a real one, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
Man, I love the chemistry, bro. Like this shit gets me hyped up. Like I'm real excited to see what y'all do in the future.
For
and
sure.
shit, man. For real,
For
man.
sure.
We definitely,
man.
Bob.
That's cool.
We definitely gonna like. We actually were releasing our first single in 2 weeks, and then we're also gonna drop the album. We're thinking about dropping the album like around August, but we're gonna have like it's gonna be a bang for your buck. You're gonna get a lot of good music.
Whatever it is for the future, I'll do free reaction videos or any promo I can do on my part. Just send it to me, bro. All right.
Already
So,
locked in, man. Locked in. That's what I like to hear.
Every person that I've interviewed and I get a good vibe from them, I'll promo. I don't give a fuck.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you,
I got
bro.
y'all, bro. For real.
Thank you, bro.
I like what I see. You know what I mean?
Nah, for sure.
I feel the vibe. You know what I mean? Like these two guys, bro. Like they're very. Like the first thing I check is if a person gives you a handshake, if they look you in your eyes, you know, they show hospitality. That's what I respect. And these two guys showed that, bro. They both shook my hand. They told me, you know, they welcomed me easy right when I walked in. And I can tell you right now, guys, this is some two respectful guys right here. And look out for these motherfuckers, man. We'll take a small little break. Proverb, what do you as an artist have to offer to the world?
Man, that's a good question. I think hope. A lot of hope. A lot of, man, I think that would be the biggest thing, hope, bro, because, you know, as far as my situation, I feel like that's been like the worst thing that could ever happen to me in life, you know what I mean? Being away from loved ones, being incarcerated, you know, being stripped of all your rights and all this. So, you know, I remember I used to be in there and I would read the USA Today. And at the end, every Friday, they would have a billboard list in the back. And I would always write my name on the #1 song. I'd cross out the #1 song, and I'd put Proverb on the mic. You know what I'm saying? So, and when I was over here in Amarillo, I don't know if you heard of Shorty. I think her name is Shorty. She's every Sunday they play. I can't remember what they would play, but they would play nothing but Mexican rap or Hispanic rap. You know, and I'd be like, man, you know. And so when we'd be locked up listening to it, we'd be like, damn, you know what I mean? So at that time, I'm already wanted to do music. So I'm like, bro, this is what I want to do. I hear how these fools reacting. I can't wait till they hear me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would be. I'm like, man, watch, you finna hear me, fool. You finna see me on the newspaper. Why? Because I know if you see a person that you done time with, especially the homies that are still in there and haven't got out and all that, you give them hope, bro, because now they're like, oh shit, this fool did it. You know what I'm saying? This fool actually got out and like, damn, this fool was in the same position I was. You know what I'm saying? So I a lot of time, bro, I just want to bring hope to the homies that are incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? And as far as to the world, man, I just want to bring peace and love, man. You know what I'm saying? And unity. You know what I mean? Because the world is full of hatred. So I'd rather just, you know, change it to bring peace and love to everybody, bro.
That's a fire answer, way. I fuck with that. What does Easy to Pro have to offer to the world?
I mean, just basically good music. Like you said, you know, hope. You know, I want to show people, well, we want to show people that there's always a better way. There's always another chance to, you know, it's never too late. You know what I mean? To chase a dream or to chase your passion or whatever. Because, you know, like, you know, unfortunately we lost a lot of time behind walls. So now it's like we out here and it's like really just showing an example to the younger generation. You know that, you know, there's always a way to do things positively. You know what I'm saying? And not just that, but like just, you know, we want to put out some dope music, like real music, like that really comes from the heart, you know, like really some dope music, man. You know, like, you know, I'm a hip hop head like you. I grew up on it, so it's like I study music. I listen to music from the 60s, 70s. I listen to all types of genres, so it's like.
That's such a producer thing to say, fool. Producers, they be on some different shit, way. For real, they be listening to all kinds of music.
Yeah.
I love that, man. I love that. So why did you start making beats? Why?
I mean, like I said, man, I always been musically inclined. I always like music. Like I used to always just sit for hours just listening to music, and I just decided to start making beats, you know, and like, you know, back then, you know, when I was making beats, I was more focused on like just making trap and like rap music. But now it's like, you know, I'm more like, I like creative music with instruments now. You know, I got my boy Anthony. This is where we at in this spot. You know,
Yeah, we're in a dope spot,
together.
by the way, man. There's all kinds of musical instruments and stage
you know,
lights everywhere around.
Yeah, creating, you know, music, like real music, you know, music that's organic, you know. I mean, yeah, I like sampling music, but I also like originality too. And I'm glad I got him on the team to help me bring that out, you know what I'm saying? Bring out the music, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like how back in the day you had Scarface and like, you know, him working with Mike Dean and like, you know what I mean? Like, even like Kanye, you know, he's always had, like Dr. Dre, you know, he used to have session players come to the studio, and I just want to bring that element back because I feel like now it's like everything's, I mean, I'm not talking down, but it's like everything kind of sounds the same. So it's like we're trying to go steer another way and just bring back the originality of music,
feel back,
like, you know, Outkast, and, you know what I mean, just bringing that back, bringing the element back. Bringing back the hip hop, especially here in Texas. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucking fire as fuck, bro. You talking to the right person about that type of shit. That's what the fuck
I've been seeing you post, so I'm like, yeah, I know, bro. You know.
But you know what's cool that you can get lyrical, but you do have a modern sound, and that's the key, bro. Yeah. It's cool to have the new sound. It's you know, but you still have to have some type of substance in your music.
That's the main thing, bro.
To make it timeless.
That's the main thing, dog. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like him, you know, he like I like the simple fact that he touches on different subjects. He ain't just talking about the streets. He's talking about hope. He's talking about, you know, making decisions from good and bad. Like it's just a lot of stuff behind it, you know. And you know, of course, he got stuff like for the ladies, like lovey stuff, and like. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just doing a little bit of everything, man.
But, you know, I would say that comes a lot from him, you know what I'm saying? Because when he makes a beat, he'll tell me, like, man, this is what I hear. This is what I hear. So I'll be like, all right, bad. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm with him, so when I chill with him, he's always listening to artists I've never heard, like Alchemist and stuff like
Alchemist?
that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's listening to these guys I've never really paid attention to. So when I'm hearing these songs, I'm like, okay, I see what he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I bet. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Or when I'm writing, he'll be like, hey, look, try to go a little slower. I bet.
That's fucking
leave
fun.
some pockets in, you know, I'll be
it's like,
you know, he'll like, sometimes he'll just go out fast, but like, hey, leave some pockets, leave some space.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Leave some space to add effects or whatever, you know.
Dang, I want to get some footage of y'all in the studio session.
Yeah, we got plenty of
That would
those.
be crazy.
We actually got, I mean, after we're done, I mean, we could play some of the music we got for the album.
That'd be cool.
We got at least, what, like 10 songs
I can put it at the end of some little...
that video we finna drop,
the video.
We finna show it to you out there.
We're gonna show you the video after we're
done. But the video, fam, oh my God. This dude came up with the idea.
See, like, that's another thing, too. Like, we ain't just doing the music. We're like, as far as the visuals, too, we want to bring back the originality and the visuals. Like, you know, back in the 90s, you used to see these videos with Timberland and Missy Elliott, all these crazy-ass videos, and, like, it was like, I don't know, just well directed. You know, even Big Pun, you see a lot of Big Pun's old videos, he's always wearing a suit. You know, Biggie, like, you know, we want to bring that back. We don't want to just be in front of a car with money and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, but so you talked about Alchemist, that shows me that's Alchemist, for people who don't know, he's a fucking, He's a producer.
Fire.
He's one of the greatest beat makers of all fucking time, fool. He's one of Eminem's greatest favorite producers and shit like
Yeah, he
that.
used to DJ for Eminem back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day,
He
DJ
used to
too.
DJ for, like when he used to back in like early 2000s.
So a lot of people like to say these youngins are like, you know, they like to hate on people who say, you know, the 90s are over, it's done. But I like to say that the 90s that's when hip hop.
That was a golden
That's
era.
when it was in
time
its
of hip-hop.
prime.
Greatest time of hip
It was a
hop.
golden
And
era.
we're still jamming to that, and a lot of
Yeah.
these artists don't know that their producers are sampling shit from the
Yeah,
fucking
bro,
90s. Just like
everything.
rappers from the 90s sample shit from the 70s, and it
Yeah,
just goes.
yeah.
But a lot of the hip hop in the 90s,
yeah.
that was his prime, bro.
Yeah.
That was his prime.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with wanting to keep shit hip hop. It's cool. There's new sounds, and we're gonna love it. We're gonna embrace it. You know what I mean
Yeah.
too. But don't forget where the fuck the hip hop comes from, bro. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
Don't forget the history of it and the sound. You know?
Yeah.
Because the 90s made timeless music, bro.
Yeah, for real.
It's just you're gonna remember that shit
Everything
forever.
for
Yeah.
real. Originality.
You're
man.
not. I'm sorry to say, I'm not hating, but you're not gonna remember no Little Pump, bro. You're not. We're not gonna. 10 years,
Not-
20 years from
You're
now,
not. You're
we're
right.
not gonna remember Little Pump.
You
But,
know what's crazy?
but it's fucking 30 years later, and we're still remember Biggie, bro. You know,
You know
what I
what's
mean?
crazy? I know people, they got kids, they're like 17, 18, they listening to Bone Thugs, they listen to Tupac, and like,
That's dope.
they weren't even born yet. You know what I mean?
They'll
Like,
hear a song and they'll be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck?" Like these fools was rapping like that back in the day. Like, yeah, what you think? Where you think this comes from? You know what I'm saying? The Migos don't rap like the way they rap if it wasn't for Bone Thugs and Harmony and you know all these other groups that would rap how they rap. You know what I'm saying? Like you hear
UGK.
the influence in all these people, bro. You know,
Yeah.
you hear it, you can hear it, but they just don't realize it. I remember one time I sent a song to a music review, bro. It was Rayo's what's his name? Ray Osama. He signed to Big X the Plug.
oh, Rosama.
Rosama.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, okay,
him.
okay,
the
okay.
white dude Jin Lee and some other dude. And I sent a song in. And then for Rosama was like, man, he sound like an old dude. I'm like, how do you sound old, bro? I'm like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So I kept listening to my song, but I guess I realized I was like, they just don't listen to it. You know, they used to that no. But it's like, man, boy, you better listen to what the fuck I'm saying. I'm going in, you know. So
I asked a question on social media the other day, and
Oh, I think I know.
we talked about it yesterday.
and I asked, calling out whack rappers, trash rappers, is it hating or is it protecting the culture? I want your answer first, bro.
So I guess I have a two-way answer to that. I don't think it's hating. I think it is kind of protecting the culture. I think, as a matter of fact, it is protecting the culture. But at the same time, I feel like if someone is putting their own money into their dream, into you know, who are we to say, hey, fool, you suck? You know what I'm saying? Hey, the homie's pushing for his own thing. But those are the things that kind of water down the game a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think there should be people around there, you know, hey, you know what? You suck, fool. You know? You know what? You suck, fool. Hey, you suck, too. I'm not even going to lie. You know what I'm saying? I think there should be somebody, a hip-hop police, you know what I'm saying? But,
Hip-hop police. I feel like that's what some bloggers and podcasters are. You know what I mean? And I get a lot of hate for it because sometimes, like, I've called out rappers, and I don't do it so much now because it brought a lot of negativity, and I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? Because, look, I want you out there in a minute, too, but this is the way I say it. If I feel like these rappers have ill intentions, if I see them being disrespectful to people, if I see them not appreciating the game, not giving shout outs when it's needed, not networking and playing the game like it's just a game instead of a lifestyle, a culture, that's what I call out, bro.
Yeah.
That's why you're disrespecting the culture, you punk motherfucker.
No,
You're
for
a
real.
fucking culture vulture.
Yeah.
You're gonna use our fucking culture for a monetary gain and that's it. You don't give a fuck about what surrounds that. You don't give a fuck about everybody who else puts it. You don't give a fuck about hip hop in whole, bro. And that's, to me, is disrespecting the culture.
Yeah, for sure.
And fuck you motherfuckers who do that, folks. Fuck the fucking culture vultures, bitch ass motherfuckers. Fuck all you. And I'm a red X all you punk ass bitches. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how mad you motherfuckers get. I'm red Xing you out for y'all disrespecting the culture. That's what I gotta take.
Said,
but
what
if
he
you,
said.
but even if you need work, so look, and I say that I say that to say this: if you're not making music that's not my preference, I would never talk down on that. Like you said, I love that you said that. People who put the work in, they put the time in, they're putting money into it. They're working on their craft. They're respecting. They're a student of the game, bro. When I see that, I don't care how bad they suck. I'm gonna respect them for doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's if they're it's the content of their character, bro. That's what I go on with. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I mean, same thing how bro said it, you know, like, we need that, you know, because, like, especially now, because, like now it's like, it's oversaturated now.
Yeah.
So it's like, we really need to weed out the bad stuff and keep the good stuff around, you know?
Facts.
Yeah.
That's why I think a lot of bad thing with the blogs, like you said, it's a money game. So motherfuckers can just, I'll make a song today. I'll make a song today, and fuck it, it's my first song ever. Shit, I'm gonna put $100 behind this song.
Yeah, just like when they had the challenge with R&B 4
Yeah.
R&B 4 Mob
everybody
challenge.
just hopped out of nowhere. But what's crazy is that, like, they really helped them. It was really a marketing. To me, it was a marketing scheme.
Yes, it was,
you know what I mean?
100% marketing.
And like, it's crazy because, like, everybody put their verse out. Then after that, it's like
They just stopped.
Because
They didn't win.
Yeah, because they didn't win.
That's crazy.
They didn't stay consistent. Like he was like I even told him, like, you gonna jump on it? Like,
It was too many people
too many
already.
people jumping on it.
See, you're like me. I hate trends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
was
But
too
I
many.
think
I
you would
was
have killed
even
that.
I
thinking
would
Yeah, I was
have,
even
but it's just.
I was even thinking about
he was
jumping
even
on it.
thinking,
Just I'm gonna write a verse.
See,
out
to
like
me,
that.
people were talking down about it for the wrong reasons. I thought it was dope. I liked it. You know what I mean?
It was a good idea.
Even though
Yeah.
it's fuck Soy Tan Tejano now and fuck Florida fools.
Yeah,
Fuck
oh.
them fools.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
But anyways, that's me though. That's you know, I mean, that's my problem with them. Because y'all don't even know what behind the scenes with these fools. I mean, there's some fake out about this. I know some shit that most people don't know. But anyways, my point was, I liked the whole thing. I liked that people came out of the woodworks. There was those two gorditos that dance.
Twins.
The twins
FaceTime.
they really.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Would I have liked to see more serious artists do it? Yeah, you know what I mean. But still, I thought it was fucking fun. I thought people who weren't good at it, they shouldn't have been. They were trash talked a lot. You know what I mean? And I don't agree with all that. You know what I mean? Even though I'm for protecting the culture, I'm never gonna bully someone, and I'm never gonna put someone down just because they have a dream and want to pursue something. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's how they act, the concept of the character. You know what I mean? But I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Was it saturated? Yeah. You know what I mean? So the reason I have a beef with Sultan Tejano is because they're from fucking Florida and they took a lot of Texas rappers' money, bro. You know what I mean? They take all the fucking
So I
shit.
thought Tejanos from Florida.
They're from Florida, way.
So it's like them and Florida Fools is kind of the same.
They're the
platform,
same
right?
people. They started in Florida. Florida Fools. So Florida Fools was doing the thing on Instagram. They saw the market in Texas is crazy. Because California, when you're talking about Chicano hip hop, well, not Chicanos who do hip hop is what I mean to say. Because I don't want to put it in that box.
Yeah.
Chicanos who do, Mexican Americans, Latinos who do hip hop. Texas and California are the biggest states in the country that do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to talk about Puerto Ricans and Cubans, you go to New York. But really, Texas and California, biggest Latino, Chicano scene. So, I feel like they're culture vultures because they're not from here and they're taking this money and shit, and they're only doing it for that purpose only. You know what I mean? And plus, some I don't want to say this. I'm not gonna say it, but it's some other reasons, guys. Very strong reasons why I don't fuck with these fuckers. So just know that I'm not hating. You know what I mean? So you call me here. I don't give a fuck.
What it is.
It's a comment. If you don't like what I say, comment below. It's gonna
Let us know what you
help my algorithm.
Regardless
Regardless if it's good or bad.
Drop your opinion.
There we go. No, but for sure.
Make sure you subscribe too, by the way.
Yeah, subscribe. Please. Thank you, brother. Subscribe right now, okay? We still got some more to go. But what's it called? I'm losing my train of thought. I'm getting too crazy. But what do y'all think about blogs in general?
I mean, I think they're helpful. You know what I'm saying? I think they're helpful, but at the same time, man, they you know, anybody gives them $20, they gonna post this shit. You know what I'm saying? And which is cool, but bro, every day, like I trip out the blogs because every day I'm seeing a new artist. Every day I'm seeing a new artist. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these artists that are paying, this is their first song, and they want to drop another song 7 months later, or a year later, or this and that. It's like, man, that's what makes the vlogs just oversaturated. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing too, man. Like if you're really a serious artist and you're trying to make it, man, you got to put that groundwork too. You got to network, go to these events. A lot of them, people feel like they just post something, pay a vlog, they post it, and they just kick back, and you know they get the likes and they get a high out for the likes. But it's like if you're really a true artist, you really got to be out here doing the groundwork. You know,
For sure.
Cool, hell yeah. What do you think about podcasts?
I love podcasts, bro. I love podcasts because they bring out, a podcast brings out that side of an artist that people don't see, especially if somebody knows how to talk and ask questions, you know what I'm saying? The fans get to see, it's like, oh, I didn't know that about this fool, you know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, you know what I mean? So I think that brings a closer relationship with the fans and the people, with the artists, you know what I'm saying? It feels like you're getting to know me, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what builds a bond between fans, supporters, and artists, you know what I mean? So,
are you the best rapper in your city?
I would like to say so, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm the top dog. I'm one of the top dogs out there, you know what I mean? If I had to put it, I feel like yes. I don't feel like a lot of motherfuckers fucking with me lyrically. And that's because I hold back sometimes, because I feel like I gotta dumb it down, I guess, tell myself to for some people to understand, you know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, like you said, I want to keep it, how'd you say it? I want to keep it with the times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so sometimes I do, because I be wanting to just go in, you know, just rap. When I first got out of prison, that's all I would try to rap and be like, ooh, I'll just say the hardest shit.
See,
you know what I mean?
Don't hold that back. I mean, my advice, you know, don't hold that back, but use your singles as the ones that are more calmado, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but, you know, but don't forget don't hold back the lyrics.
Yeah,
we want the bars, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So that's I feel like I'm if I'm not the top one, I'm one of the top dogs up there, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Shit, I go hard.
Let's go, bro. What y'all feel about diss tracks?
Well, some little fly mother, little Mosca from the city, he ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? He don't even deserve a name drop. But he went on was it Trap Economics, I think?
Yeah.
And he went and he said the wrong name and everything, and he went in there and said some bullshit. So me and the homie made a little track too, but we were fucked up that night. And
Did he call you out too?
Yeah.
He called you out too,
The
right?
reason why he called me out, because he really he wanted to work with me. We was cool. We used to be cool, but
What's that, man?
you know what I'm saying? I was working with him, and like, you know, we from the same neighborhood and everything. So it's like he expect me to work with him. You know what I'm saying? So, but like his direction of music is not what I'm aiming for. You know, like he just raps about the street. And second of all, he don't even register his music. Like, you know, I'm real professional about what I do. I register my music. I make sure everything's registered. Like,
that's dope.
He's just doing it for the views. You just post the video, but you look it up on iTunes or Spotify, he's not even there, you know. But anyways, like he wanted to work with me, but I'm working with him, and he just started hating. And you know what I'm saying? He just dry hating, bro. Just dry hating.
Just because of that.
Just because of that.
What the fuck?
Dry hating, bro.
What the
Like, so.
Because he
wanted what y'all have,
And then, you know, I stand behind him 100%. So it's like he felt like I betrayed him, but it's like, bro, first of all, I don't really fuck with you like that, you know. And me and bro got something else going, you know, and he just started hating,
rap
bro.
type shit.
And he was, you know, he's a
internet gangster.
Twitter, you know what I'm saying? So Twitter, what you call it? Twitter
Yeah,
fingers.
Twitter fingers.
Yeah. He just started commenting. I'll post his shit. He'll be just commenting.
For no reason.
Trash.
What was his rap name again?
I don't even want to bring it up.
Yeah.
It ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth it, bro.
that.
He don't deserve the recognition.
He don't deserve no
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know.
so-
He don't deserve no type of recognition. But that was just out the blue, fam, because
the blue.
I was showing them love before that, you know what I'm saying?
I used to
Because of
share
bro.
shit and everything.
Because of bro, you know what I'm saying? He told me, hey, bro, said I'm going to work with him. I'm like, already. So I heard one song. And honestly, I was like, man, that shit kind of ass. But, you know, I put fire emojis on it because I'm like, hey, I'm a support. This is the homie's partner, right? And then like a week later, he's like, why you fucking with that? Like I said, I'm from the outskirts of the city. So it's like, man, he ain't even from Dallas.
He ain't from the hood,
Like, what the fuck? Like, what's that got to do with anything, fool? You know what I'm saying? Like, Instead of just being like, oh shit, you know, man, come on, bro. Man, hey, man, fuck that.
So who's your favorite rappers, bro?
Okay,
like
so when
everywhere.
it comes to, I'm gonna give you my top fives.
Top 5. Let's
Okay.
do it. Nice segment.
Number 1 and number 2 in any order, Pac and Biggie. Off the rip. I love Pac and Biggie, bro. Biggie's my favorite rapper, but Pac, bro, there's not one song I can hear from Pac and I just be like,
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I
So
love
it's Pac
Tupac.
over Biggie. So, but let's do this because
Biggie over Pac, but it can go either way.
Oh, okay. So I say this: Pac and Biggie are like the free spaces on a bingo
Okay,
card.
bet.
All right. So let's put them out of this.
So after that,
We already know they're already on there.
I would have to say, since I'm a Texas boy, Scarface. To me, Scarface is the best Texas rapper ever.
go.
You know what I'm saying?
Storytelling.
Scarface a
Hey,
motherfucking legend.
I love
way.
Scarface,
I
bro.
feel like
you
he's
know
not
what I'm
talked
saying?
about enough. Way.
Yeah, I seen
Scarface was my
they
shit.
do this show called Behind the Desk, I think, concert Behind the
Yeah,
Desk.
boy.
Bro, he killed
I
that
teared
bro.
up listening to that,
And then
bro.
it's from
On my
me
mama.
too, way. I got
teared up
goosebumps,
listening to
way.
that.
He actually plays instruments. He
That
plays
shit was
guitar and
fire.
Man,
everything.
just
Yeah,
talking
bro,
about it,
yeah.
bro. Just talking about it is like,
Bro, that shit went viral
Man,
as fuck too.
bro, that shit was
The
dope.
Tiny Desk concert is what it's called.
Bro,
yeah, the Tiny Desk, the way
yeah.
he was just rap, I was like, oh my god, bro. Like,
That shit was
That was
fucking
the band
fire.
playing, boy. That
man,
shit.
that was
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah,
god. The
that
way
was-
he was
see,
telling
that
the-
was hip-hop
The way he
way.
was telling the dude on the keys, like, nah, hold on.
Yeah,
Nah, it's
see?
like, you know what I was
Yeah,
like,
he really
woo,
low
bro.
key. He's really a low
I
key
was
producer.
like, bro.
Yeah,
Like
is he?
back in the day, a lot of the
Yeah.
old stuff he did, like, cause he used to
Yeah.
work with Mike Dean and like
Yeah,
other
yeah.
producers, and he actually like he knows how to play guitar, like
Yeah, yeah.
bass. So he always came up with the ideas, but then he'll tell the producers, "This is what I want," and then they do their thing, and then that's when he writes and jumps on them. But a lot of this shit, his old shit, he was actually a co-producer.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
man.
What's it called? Okay, finish top 3. I'm top 5.
Scarface. I'm gonna say Pimp C. I love Pimp
Okay.
C. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. Pimp C was fire, but who was the best technical rapper? Bun B or Pimp C?
I think Bum was more of a technical rapper, but Pimp C was just Texas. He was southern
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I was saying?
So Texas.
Powering up. You know, he just
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was just Texas with it, and he was so fly with it, bro. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like if Pimp was still alive right now, the young crowd would still resonate with him because how fly he would talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
R.I.P.
yeah.
the pimp, man.
Let's
I fuck
go.
with the pimp.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? I like Ro. I think Ro deserves to be on that
Nice.
list too. 0. You know what I'm saying?
I like this
I grew up on our little Texas shit. Now, if I get out of Texas, man, and I go to the West Coast, my favorite West Coast rapper
Oh shit.
probably have to be Snoop. You know what I'm saying? I love Snoop. I grew up listening to a lot of Snoop. You know what I mean? Who didn't grow up to sipping on gin and juice,
Yeah.
laid back? Want my
Let's
mind,
go.
want my
Yeah,
money, want
and
my
I
money.
like a lot of the
Let's
stuff
go.
he did when he was with No Limit.
All that,
Bro,
yeah.
that
Bro, that
shit-
shit was
yeah.
fucking fire
You know,
as fuck,
so-
bro.
Snoop and as number 5, man. I'm trying to think, man, because there's a lot of rappers out there. So if I had to go new generation, I have to pick somebody from the new generation. People might look at me crazy if I say this, but I think Drake, bro. I think Drake is a motherfucking
Drake?
monster. Drake, bro. I was in prison, so when I was in prison,
He's fire. He makes great
the
music.
songs that would come out on the radio, hip hop, would be Drake. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, Drake is a monster. So to where he sings and he raps, he's a monster, bro. You know
I'm
what
gonna hit you
saying?
with that Soldier Boy. Drake.
Drake. You know what I'm
Drake.
saying? I think he's a fool.
No, Drake. No, it's a great.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't say Drake because I was on Kendrick's side,
Yeah.
so I would never say Drake. But you can't deny that he's one of the greatest artists.
To me, he reminds
out
me
there.
of Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
Drake?
Yeah, because he was an actor. He's like,
Ooh, that's a controversial statement,
you know what I'm
Bubba.
saying? Like,
Tell me about it.
Because Pac wasn't really
Oh, shit.
out there like that. You know what I'm saying? As far as from what I've read, yeah, he grew up in the slums and all that. But the homie wanted to be a musical, do musicals and dance and do all this. You know what I'm saying? So as far as him acting, I feel like he could switch the switch real quick to become, all right, what you need me to do, Suge? I got you. Motherfucking West Side, motherfucker. Whoa. He turned it up a notch, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Drake, when he first started, you know, he was on that best I ever had, best. And then out of nowhere, he got Twitter fingers and he started just talking shit. He started talking this gangster shit. It reminds me of Pac, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay.
You know, it reminds me of Pac.
Okay,
And
when you break it down that way, I
know
mean,
what I
I
mean?
can see that, but they're gonna come after you for that. You know?
I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping.
He said,
I
bring
fuck-
it, bring it.
yeah, come on. I fuck with Drake. I took Drake's side on the K-Dot beef.
No!
I took
Why,
Drake's side.
fool? Why
I
did you
took
do
Drake's
that?
side. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
I
bro.
feel like Kendrick is live. Kendrick is hard. But he reminds me of them rappers that just comes out every once in a while. Just peeks his head out.
Yeah,
Joey Badass calling his ass out. He ain't saying that. That cypher.
Yeah.
But okay, so this is what it is. That's what I'm going to put it. I feel like Kendrick won the battle with Drake, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Oh, you
he
feel
did,
that?
yeah,
He did.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're there then. So Kendrick did put the West on. He put the West Coast back on because it was New York. It was some Southern rap, but not Texas Southern, but like
Atlanta,
Georgia,
Florida.
So the West got back up, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Kendrick was crowned king, bro, of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Okay? And so by some people's standards, hip hop in general across the country. All right? Some people. All right?
Too far of a reach. Too far of a reach.
But okay, let's say this though. Let's say for the West Coast, you agree.
Yeah, for the West, yeah.
King.
Right now,
right?
yeah.
West Coast king, right? So he beat Drake, and we're talking about the machine, bro.
Yeah.
Drake is the machine, vato.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the one that a lot of real hip hop MCs fight, bro. They fight
Yeah.
against the machine,
Yeah.
bro. So Drake is not even American till on top. I don't know. He's not motherfucker's Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was on a wheelchair now, play. But he is a great artist and he is the one of the top most streamed artists in the world, right next to Eminem. I mean, as far as hip hop goes.
Yeah.
Him
I
and
mean,
Eminem.
look how many
But-
hip hop heads came after Drake, bro. It
Yeah.
wasn't just because of the hatred, because the motherfucker could rap.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
after he did that to Meek Mill,
Yeah.
you had Ace, what's his name? What was it? Pusha
Boogie-
T.
Pusha T was
come
before.
after him.
Pusha T was before. Pusha T and Drake had a battle. Pusha T buried him.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. See, look, even though Drake, when the Drake and Kendrick thing happened, Drake was taking on multiple, right? Rick Ross.
Yeah,
Drake, and that was
they ganged up
respectable.
on my boy.
That was respectable, and I respect that as a hip hop
Yeah.
head. I respect that 1,000%. But Pusha T buried him, and Kendrick buried him. I mean,
Yeah.
or I wouldn't say buried him. Kendrick won the battle because Drake did put up a fight.
Yeah.
But Pusha T buried
if
him,
it
bro. It
wasn't
was a
up for
body.
Not Like Us,
Yeah.
Kendrick could have just.
Yeah.
Stay
So,
out the way.
This
so
one at the
Drake.
Super Bowl, too.
So even though,
Yeah.
that shit was.
But that's
fire,
how
bro.
hip-hop
When he
against
looked at the
them.
camera, he was all.
Yeah.
Hello,
Drake.
crazy ass crazy.
Then he had the 8 mile chain.
Yeah, that shit was fire. But so I'm saying, so Drake has never won a battle, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it like that. But so Kendrick, King, West Coast. Joey comes in. He's on the East Coast, New York rapper. He's like, West is getting too much shine. Fuck that. I'm gonna hit him with something. But Kendrick's up here, bro. He just took on this big old giant, bro. Kendrick's resting resting on his throne. So why is he gonna go respond to Joey? You know what I mean? Joey's he's not one of the greats. He still needs a ways to go to be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
Joey, even though I think Joey's phenomenal, and I think he's badass for taking on so many rappers because he was taking on what, like 5 Cali rappers and
Yeah.
shit. And he
whole
was doing it, and
team,
he
yeah.
won, and Joey won.
Yeah.
But I think he's still beneath Kendrick. I don't think Kendrick has to respond. I'll say that to say that.
I mean, I think if he wants a real battle, he should.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that song, that cipher, I don't know if you've heard it. It's a cipher between Absol, Big Sean,
Yes.
and
The Red Bull.
Yeah, and he's saying
That's
all
where
that.
Joey. That's where it got reignited because it kind of was like a little pause.
Yeah.
About January is when Joey. I did a 4-hour stream about this, so I got it all. So Joey started it, and then they, Absol. I mean, not Absol never jumped into it, but the trip out about it, the Red Bull cipher, is that Absol is Kendrick's people.
Yeah. So
And
they-
Absol was on that cipher,
Yeah,
and
that-
Joey
that-
was taking shots at them. That shit was
That was
savage to me,
badass.
man.
That was badass.
But,
I showed it to him on the way over here, and I was like, bro, I had never listened to Joey Badass, but when I heard that verse, I was like, this nigga got something. You know
Joey's
what I'm
fire,
saying?
bro.
I was like,
Joey's
this nigga
fire.
got something.
But
You
cool.
know, I
Yeah.
love that shit. That was badass.
But that was too. We need to say that for another podcast. We're gonna turn this into a fucking whole hip hop podcast. Real quick, what did y'all think about the Tory Lanez thing, bro? Got stabbed
know.
14 times in prison.
That's
bro.
crazy, right? That's crazy. I don't know, man. Who knows what he's doing in there, bro? So many rumors. Supposedly he in there calling shots because he got all the money. I heard supposedly he was calling all the shots and that he was gonna get dude stabbed supposedly, and that
you
dude
think-
stabbed him before.
Do you think he shot Megan?
I don't know. I don't know. Pass. I don't know.
He put out the pass card.
I don't know. You know, that's a tough one, bro. Maybe not. I don't know. But I do think it's fucked up that I don't know.
Okay, cool. So you got your rap name from the Bible.
Yes, sir.
Are you a religious man?
I believe in God. You know, I'm 100% believer in God.
I don't put myself under any religion. I feel like that as far as now in my life, I don't feel like I'm there or willing to take that step for anything. I did grow up with Jehovah's Witness though. My mom was a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's you know, I guess when I do talk about God, I kind of lean that way in that type of belief. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, I believe in God. And the book of Proverb was just my favorite book. To me, that's like a rap song. And when you read Proverb, it's like a whole rap song. It's like a poem. You know, it's like a chant. It's
Yeah,
just,
they're poems.
yeah, so it's live, you know what I'm saying? And then I was like, man, I wonder if I use this name, will people recognize it, you know what I'm saying? Will people know what it means? Or, you know, and then it turns out everywhere, like, why? What? You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, what?
I did some research. There's another rapper called Proverb.
Yeah.
In South Africa.
Yeah, the black dude.
Yeah,
I see. I was telling them too.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So I really
now
go
you got
by
battle him, boy.
right. I'm down.
International battle and shit.
So that's why I called it I was a proverb on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Proverb on the mic. Cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, shit. You know, I really when I came up with the name, I always wondered. I'm like, I wonder if people don't know. I wonder if people gonna realize what I'm trying to mean. You know what I mean? So that's badass.
Are you the best producer in your city?
I feel like I am, because, I mean, I got respect for a lot of producers. There's plenty of talented producers, but, you know, I'm trying to take it to the next level. You know, I don't want to just sit behind a computer highlighting stuff. I actually like to play. I like to get session players, you know, like Boy Anthony, you know, I get him, play this for him, play a little bass, you know, or whatever, play a melody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do more than just be a beat maker. I consider myself an executive producer. You know, I don't want to just make the beat and send it. Like, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people hit me up, they want to work, but it's like I'm not that type of producer. I actually want to sit down with the artist and make music. I don't want to just send you a beat and be like, okay. And I want to get involved in the process too. That's why me and him real cohesive, because we get together and work on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we bring the music together. Like, you know, he gives me tips, I give him tips, we help each other out, you know, and that's what makes a great producer. I'm not just clicking stuff and all that, you know what I'm saying?
That's fire as fuck, bro. So, what's one thing that a lot of producers mess up at when they get started off?
First and foremost, I feel like a lot of them, they try to sound like other producers. They try to go with the trends. They want to sound. That's why, like, when you get on YouTube, the type beats, like, they all just trying to sound like the other, like the next producer. They want to go with the trend, and like that's what kind of lacks too, like originality, like, you know, as far as producing, because, you know, they want to sound like everybody else. They want to sound like, you know, and then a lot of them don't even make the beat themselves. They get a loop and just loop it and put a drum behind, like.
See, that's what I want to understand. Like, I hear producers calling out other producers all the time, and I don't get it, kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I was hoping you would break down. What do you mean by what's a loop?
Man, you can just get on, download loops, and they want, like, see me, I sample stuff. I'll get a loop, but I'm gonna chop it up. Every now and then I might just throw it in there and add some stuff to it. But a lot of them, they just throw a loop in there, they loop it, like, you know, sample, and then they just throw some drums and hi-hats, some 808s, and that's it. It's like, you ain't even put no effort in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like, that's why, like, you know, a lot of stuff, like, that's why some producers talk down to other producers, because they be doing that. And I get it, because I used to be like that too. I used to talk my shit, but now it's like, I focus on myself now, you know what I'm saying? Just do me, stay in my lane. But yeah, that's the thing too, man. There's a lot of lack of originality. So, you know, I'm just trying to steer away from that, you know, and bring more originality into the music, like getting live instruments in there, hiring, you know, just having people like my boy, you know, helping me, you know, giving me a melody. I tell her, hey, play this for me, and I just add to it. And you know,
It's dope as fuck, bro. So is that what separates you from other producers? You think that you care so much about originality?
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so I wanted to bring this up. I've had this debate with a couple other people before, some arguments before. Motherfucker blocked me because of it. But I've changed my mind a little bit on it. So only because my daughter's a rapper now, right? But I feel like rappers starting off, I never thought it was wrong to use YouTube beats. And by saying calling them YouTube beats, people get it messed up. There's real producers behind these beats, you know what I mean? But when you talk about YouTube beats, it's people who are ripping them off of YouTube or people who are getting leases, right?
Yeah.
And ripping them off, never okay. I never okay with that. You can't just fucking download it and fucking play it and expect it to be cool because you're gonna go run into a problem down the line. You know what I mean? So leases, some guy was arguing with me like, no, if you're a real artist, buy the motherfucking beat or buy a local from a local producer. Or so what do you think? Is it okay starting off to get a lease on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, rappers always gonna need a beat, so it's like, you know, especially if you're on a budget and you don't have the funds to actually buy an exclusive beat. I mean, it's cool. You know, get a lease. That's how you start off. You know, like, you know, when he started doing his music, you know, he was getting YouTube beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's cool. I mean, as long as you, it's crazy because like I done heard people rapping on the same beat. And it's crazy because some of them sound good and some of them don't. You know, like it's not even about the beat; it's about the artist, what the artist does with the beat. You know what I'm saying?
So it's a good idea for an up and comer. It's okay to get the lease on these beats. You use YouTube beats, but when you start getting, if you want to get more serious,
but if you want to get serious, that's when you gotta lock in with a producer, or you know, get your own producer, or just link up with a producer, buy the beat from him. You know what I'm saying? And nobody else gonna have that beat.
Gotcha. So yeah, like I still believe in that. Like, you know, like get the lease to do all that. But now I kind of understand more of owning your music when my daughter started rapping, because the latest song we released together, we own it. We bought the exclusive rights to the beat.
Yeah.
So that's what I want for my daughter to hold, because it's gonna be all under her name, and I want her to hold that for the rest of her life. You know what I mean? So down the line, there's no problem.
It's like an asset, you know what I mean? Like later on down the line,
Exactly.
it's always gonna be there. You own the music, the publishing, all that. So it's kind of like you investing into stocks.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
long run is there. You know, it's gonna.
I think another good way to get started off is doing remixes, doing covers. You know what I mean? I think that's good. You know, you get a legendary, some rapper you look up to, and do a remix to their beat and shit. That's a good way to get freestyles off and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One takes or shit like that. So, I'm about to wrap this up. One more question. What do you feel about artists that don't want to network with the other artists in the city?
Good luck. Good luck, shit. I mean, you have to network, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only so much you can do on your own. You know what I mean? There's only so much you can do on your own, bro. I really believe you need a team. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it happen. You know what I'm saying? With myself, with my journey going on. You know, but I feel like you can't just be that person just, I don't want to talk to nobody. You know, you gotta be. You know. That's when people see you associating and talking and being you, it brings a good vibe to you. It makes people want to
gravitate
fuck
more
with
to
you.
you.
You know what I'm saying? It make people want to fuck with you. So, you know, nobody want to fuck with the motherfucker that's sitting in the papers. You know, because then that's gonna make me be like, shit, I gotta sit with the man, shit. You know, you don't talk to me, I don't talk to him. Shit. You know
I ain't gonna lie, but we got a lot of that back in the city, man.
Yeah.
I feel like Dallas, you know. There's a lot of, you know, good people out there too, but I feel like it's like crabs in a bucket, man. You know,
especially with the artists.
Especially with the rappers.
Yeah, with the artists. You know,
How do y'all think the Dallas hip hop scene is looking right now?
It's getting up, man. You know, people getting signed. You know, Zillionaire Doe got signed with Yo Gotti's label, and then Montana
700 got signed with
he got signed
300
ENT.
And you know, the spotlight's in the city right now, bro. The spotlight with OC Chris popping off, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the raza, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the raza, dog. Like, I think behind the big name rappers that we just said, I think the Raza's keeping, in my opinion, I think the Raza's keeping the Dallas music scene alive. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of Raza artists and musicians in the city that are fools, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like from beats to lyrics to just everything, bro. The video niggas from the city are fucking crazy. You know, I feel like Dallas is becoming a mecca like Atlanta right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? And
it's finally getting this dude, like his recognition. You know what I'm saying? And we're glad to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Because it used to be Texas, you think about Houston. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you say Texas, now you're starting to actually be like, okay, Texas. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's further than Houston. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole like seeing the Houston culture and then seeing the Dallas culture is like, that's two different complete things. You know, we're kind of different. You know what I'm saying? We're more jiggy in the city, we're more slowed down, pulled up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's badass, bro. You know, it's badass.
That's cool. I'm glad to hear that. How I got for y'all city. Same reason I have a lot of love for my city, my area in West Texas in general. Because when you think hip hop, you're not thinking West Texas at all. You know what I mean? And we do have lots of rappers here. We do have a big scene here. So for the next couple of years, I'm gonna be heavy on that shit.
Sure.
Put us on the map and shit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because it sucks, bro. We're a bunch of small towns. We got a lot of talent over here, though. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And to see Houston and Dallas, you know, we hate y'all motherfuckers.
Hey, but you know one thing about y'all, like in the West, like y'all got some loyal ass fans. You know, that's why, like, you know, we definitely gonna tap in over here, man. Like, I think I made a comment on that on your post too. I think it was your post that somebody said something about West Texas. Oh, because OT was talking. Yeah. Yes, and I made a comment. I was like, bro, like,
yeah, that's pretty dope,
bro. When you go to West Texas, bro, like, they're loyal. They're gonna pull up to your shows. They're gonna buy your merch. Like, what? Yeah. Why are you talking down on West Texas?
West Texas, they're very hospitable and they're very, very supportive. If they fuck with you, it's like they fuck with you 100%. Sure. And that's true. We'll buy the shit out of your merch, bro. That's facts, bro. Because I mean, we don't have. It's just small towns right here, bro. We don't got the big ass malls and crazy fucking designer stores and outlets like East Texas, you know what I mean? So y'all bring merch and some clothes our way, we're gonna cop that shit.
Sure.
Y'all bring drip, we copping it. That's 1,000%.
What the homie said Walmart 45 minutes from here.
It's that far from right here.
Nah, he just said he don't want to drive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he didn't.
I think the Loop 338 is the one right there.
Yeah, he didn't want to drive. He was stroked out and shit.
Back to that Mexican OT thing. You know, I'm a content creator. I'll be posting titles and headlines, you know, just to get people's attention.
Yeah, of course.
I really don't think Mexican OT was talking down on the city. I never said he was. Some of my people in the comment section took it that way. But I was kind of disappointed for him to say that, though. And somebody in the comment section said, I thought it was you, but I guess it was somebody else. Somebody said he needs better PR training. And because, and it could be this person who clipped it. Duno's the one that, it was Duno's podcast. You know Duno, right? From California?
Yeah, the big dude.
Yeah, the big ass dude's coming up. And I watched, actually, he didn't just clip it because I watched the interview and he doesn't clear it up. He should have said, what I mean by nothing town is that it's a small town. And I'm pretty sure that's what he meant.
The same thing happened with the shit when he said some shit about, I think they were talking about Lefty, and then he just said a statement after that.
Yeah, they clipped it up.
Yeah, you know, but like you said in the interview, you can see, oh yeah, Lefty, but then,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, like, why even add that to a comment? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm cool with Lefty, but I don't give a fuck if you pull up. I'm over. That was unnecessary, bro.
Yeah,
I stuck with him too.
I like him a lot. Yeah, he's dope as fuck for the Texas scene. Anybody else y'all think that's gonna come up in Texas?
Right now, I think the hottest thing right now in Dallas is but even maybe Texas, OC Chris, man. When I see that, to be honest, that's the first artist I've seen, and I'd be like, that's a superstar. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? OC Chris. Like, in Dallas is the first time I've seen people just the way people get around them and like it's like, damn. fool's a superstar, you know what I'm
We're
saying?
actually gonna do a song with him too.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
one-
really?
Yeah, we got one like one.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that's fucking fire, bro.
Locking in, man. We locking in.
Oh,
We got
right,
it locked in
oh.
already. So
Hell yeah. When I first heard of it, obviously Chris, I thought he was just another product of the blogs and shit.
Right, me too.
You know, but then he did that freestyle.
Yeah.
That shit was flame. Okay, then when I heard that, I was like, all right, nah, he's talented.
Yeah.
You can't. Then that was badass, bro. That little freestyle on the radio show. I don't know what radio show it was.
Yeah,
You know what
Trap
that was?
Economics.
Oh, is that the same place that? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that boy.
Trap
Yeah. And he
Economics.
went in on that,
yeah,
yeah.
he did.
He did a good job, bro. I was like, oh shit, that was
He's
fire as fuck.
17, bro.
17. That's amazing for 17 years old.
Yeah, bro.
Sounds like a little seasoned flow. He still got a little work to do, I think. But that right there, that freestyle he did on that fucking radio station, that shit was wild, bro.
Yeah. And he's only getting better and better, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Off
He
of
works,
that.
well, he works,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
'cause, you know, he's been to my engineer studio. Like, he told me how he works. Like, boy, he'll get in the booth and knock that shit out.
Shout out True, man.
True
Shout
the
out
product,
True,
man.
MJ
True the
Recording
product,
Studio.
MJ Recording Studio.
Okay, man. You got any shout outs to make?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole Dallas, man. Shout out to Nubia's Drive-Thru. If you ever in
sir.
Pleasant Grove, man, I need you to stop by Nubia's
Yeah,
Drive-Thru.
hey, you know what? When you go to Dallas, make sure you stop at Nubia's, man.
Okay,
You get the
right.
nachos,
Girls
the birria pizza.
Yeah, and she's also part of the team. You know, she helps us with the management. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Dope, dope.
yeah, and, you know, shout out to the girls,
Shout out to the squad.
Shanti Love,
Casey,
Casey. You know,
you know what I'm
they're
saying?
singing. You know, they
You know,
doing the same. They help
squad.
us out. You know, when we need vocals. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Shout out to the whole crew, True the product,
True.
man. Little young Pedro.
Little young Pedro, man. Like, one of the little top youngsters in the city,
coming
man.
up too,
Going
man.
crazy, man. We
Going
got a couple
crazy.
songs with them too, man.
Yeah.
You know, and
There's a lot of people, man. I can't even think of right now.
shout out Renaissance, man. 'cause he put us
Renaissance,
into
man.
upper
Bro, he
Renaissance.
hey, he give you a co-sign on.
Yeah.
We're
We're
gonna do a track with him.
We got a session with them this
Yeah.
next weekend. We're gonna have a
They're coming out.
Like, we're about
Like,
to
we're
make
gonna have a
Y'all
session.
about to make them.
Yeah, he's gonna be on. He's gonna hop on
Renaissance.
our album, and I'm gonna hop on
About
his
his
album.
shit, yeah.
Well, shit. What were they called? The
Immortal Soldier.
Immortal
Oh,
Soldiers.
Oh, man, that's
Bro,
the-
Renaissance is a fucking beast. Man.
Shout out to Renaissance, man.
Shout out
We're supposed to do an interview. He told me when the album drops, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
hope he sticks to that word. So shout out to Renaissance, man. That's what's right as fuck. That's gonna be crazy.
We did Unforgiven Live May
2 weeks
9th.
ago, 3 weeks
May
Oh,
ago.
9th,
okay.
we opened up for DJ Paul and
Slim Thug.
Oh
Slim Thug.
shit, that's dope
It
as
was
fuck.
bad.
Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna drop a documentary. Well, we got a documentary that we did, a vlog. And we're gonna drop that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So,
that's
we're
dope.
gonna start dropping music. We're actually gonna drop Options. It's gonna drop on June the 7th.
That's dope.
First single off the album.
I saw you drop like you're posting shorts on your YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of shorts.
That's smart, bro.
So I
YouTube
started a new
shorts.
page. I had another page,
Yeah.
but I lost my phone, and then I didn't remember the password on my old Gmail, so I had to start a new page, you know. But it all kind of worked out because the homie was like, "Hey, fool, you know what? Take all your shit off of this road, put it on your 90 Masters. Let's restart everything." I'm like, fuck it, you know, shit, let's do it, you know. So,
As far as
so we come.
so what I was gonna say is drop more content, bro. Like fucking like little vlogs, behind the scenes studio takes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Do
for
some
sure.
of that shit. Wait, remember the content? It's right now. It's what do they call it? COE, content over everything right now,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
So do that. Do more of that. Cause I mean,
Sure.
y'all some cool. Y'all some cool ass dudes, man.
Sure.
I like that y'all answered the questions very well, and I like y'all's energy. I think y'all can make some dope ass content, bro. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Behind the scenes content, that's gonna get you up there too. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure,
we
man.
definitely got a lot of content, man, and you know, now that we're gonna start getting the ball rolling with the singles and the album, you know, we got a bunch of content, bro, from like years ago. We just gonna pile everything up and just start dropping everything.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I just, everything's content, Wes.
Oh,
Everything's content, bro. Everything.
Something, yeah.
Stay on it, Wes. Stay relevant as much as possible. I like what you're doing, my guy. I like your sound. I like your whole entire vibe, bro. What you're doing for the game in Dallas and Texas in general. And I got very high hope for you, and I think that you're gonna be up there, bro. I really
Thank
do.
you,
I really
bro.
do believe it, man.
Thank you, bro.
With this guy in the corner, man, you know,
Sure.
making this a man. It's crazy the shit that I've been listening to that he's posted on the YouTube shorts that you've been producing those.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Also,
Some of them.
Yeah, some
Okay.
of them.
All right, I
Yeah,
got
a lot of the stuff that we've done, we ain't dropped it. We're gonna start dropping it.
Okay.
So
Okay,
we're
cool.
gonna drop video, music video.
All right,
We're
cool.
gonna-
We got some shit,
Yeah,
though.
we got some shit.
We gonna play
We gonna
something
play
here,
here.
you know.
This is
we
the
got some
Dr.
shit.
Dre and Snoop, bro, Texas
For real.
style, Texas version.
With essay versions.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's
man.
go.
Essay
Let's,
versions.
let's go. One time I asked this to all my guests, man. Tell the people right now in the lens what your favorite childhood memory is.
My favorite childhood memory, man. I think my favorite childhood memory that I can remember, the one I feel like is the most influential to me when I was 16 and I got my GED, and both of my parents, they were already separated, but they pulled up and they were so happy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the feeling I want again. When I make it, once I finally make it, that's the feeling I want again, bro. To where I can be like, hey, look, this is your key to your house, this is your key to your house. I want that feeling again, you know what I'm saying? So that's one of my biggest memories as a child, you know what I'm saying?
Man, my biggest childhood memory, man, is just like when I used to rap and I used to record out my homeboys, like just doing that just gave me, it had me up, man. It was, that's how I started building my passion for music. And I just love doing that shit. You know, that's just over time, you know, I started evolving to what I am now.
Let's go, man. That's fire as fuck. I like those answers, my guys. Drop your Instagrams, Facebooks, YouTube.
Again, I go by Proverb on the mic, PROVERB_ONDAMIC. You can find me on all streaming platforms under that, or Proverb ODM. Yeah, man.
Easy the Pro on all platforms. EZTHEPRO. Easy the Pro. Type it up and I'm gonna pop up. Nobody else got my name.
yeah, that's good, man. That's good, man. You got your South African guy. You gotta go. You gotta
do a diss track. When you look him up, like for his music, put Proverb ODM.
Okay.
ODM.
It's on the mic.
Remember that
ODM.
Proverb ODM, man.
Proverb ODM, guys. All right. I will put the links in the description, so go hit them with the follow. Go hit them with the subscribe and go and do all that good stuff and show support, guys. Guys, this was an amazing interview, man. I appreciate anybody who tuned in this long. And check out, be on the lookout for the clips that are coming out after this. And please hit the subscribe button on my channel. And you know, it's Mundo Vision Media, man. This is where we do it at, man. We just built a bridge right here, man. You know what I mean? This is beautiful. Networking and being in the same building as these guys with the energy the way it is very refreshing, bro. And I love to see it, man. And I'm rooting for you two guys, man. For real, man. Much respect, guys.
Brother.
Hey, after today, now, when I have a podcast like this that I really enjoyed and that I really respect, because I respect both of you way more now. And then from now on, we locked in. All right?
What's up, man? That's what it's about, man. Thank you,
all right, man. So yeah, I hope when I go to East Texas, I run into y'all, man. We can
set something up.
July 21st is when I'm going. I believe July 21st. I left my wife. She's want to set it all up. She's my manager, bro. So yeah, shout out to everybody, and let's support Texas artists. Okay, so Texas is going up, man. And so this Khalifa dudes that I'm playing. Nah, I don't do that. I don't want to do that.
For real.
I'm just fucking around. But this shows the world that Texas is going on top.
Yeah, man. We collabing with Cat. We actually got a track with Simply Blue.
Oh, for real? Oh, I saw y'all took a picture with him. I forgot to bring that up. Right? Wait.
Yeah.
Swifty Blue. That have
homie.
Man. Actually, gonna go shoot a video for the song too. We're going to LA to shoot.
Holy.
I met him 2
This
years
song
ago.
is dope.
This was on the way up, man.
Yeah.
Proverb.
Yeah.
Let's go away.
He's actually one of the first big features we got, man.
Yeah.
Is he cool?
Right.
He showed love.
Like no bullshit. I won't even say what he did it for, but he showed love, bro.
Showed love.
For
Man.
real.
He showed love, bro. Like, shout out Swifty Blue, man. Hey, you're a real motherfucker. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Fuck what anybody talking about. You're a real nigga.
Well, he's controversial because he makes content. You know what I mean? So
Actually, I like his music. He's talented.
Yeah.
I fuck with him.
That's cool. Yeah, he likes Trump though. I mean, I don't want to get political. I know you like Trump too. I don't want to get political. I'm gonna let that go. All right, that's for another fucking time and shit. Shout out to everybody, bro. Shout out to these two guys, man. Please go support them. All that good stuff. Mundo Vision Media. It's your boy Levy, and we out this motherfucker. Let's go.
Mundo Vision.